You glance at a clock, and for a split second, the second hand seems completely frozen, like time itself just stopped. You're not imagining it. This is called chronostasis. Chrono means time, stasis means standing still. Your brain is literally making time stand still. It happens every time you quickly look at a clock. The first tick always seems longer than the rest. Then suddenly the hand starts moving normally again. The reason is something called a saccade. Every time your eyes jump from one spot to another, your brain goes temporarily blind. We covered this in the last video. When your eyes jump to the clock, there's a gap, maybe 50 to 100 milliseconds, where you see absolutely nothing, just blackness. But your brain hates gaps in your vision, so instead of showing you blackness, it grabs the first thing your eyes land on, the clock, and stretches that image backward in time. That's why the second hand looks frozen. Your brain is projecting the image of the clock onto the blind gap before you actually looked at it. The first tick gets artificially extended. The frozen moment only lasts about half a second, but that's enough for your brain to notice something feels wrong. Time felt like it paused. You can test this right now. Look away from your screen, then quickly glance at a clock with a second hand. That first tick will feel like it takes forever. And this doesn't only happen with clocks. Anytime your eyes jump to something new, your brain stretches that first image. Clocks just make it obvious because you can measure the tick. Ever glance at your phone and feel like the screen was frozen for a split second before it updated? Same thing. Your brain pasted a still image over the blind spot. But why does your brain stretch the image backward instead of forward? Because your brain needs your vision to feel continuous. No gaps allowed. If your brain showed you the real gap, your entire visual experience would be full of tiny black flickers every time you moved your eyes. It would be like watching a broken TV. Scientists proved chronostasis by asking people to look at a clock and estimate how long the first tick lasted. Every single person said the first tick felt longer than the rest. This means your brain is constantly editing your sense of time. It's not just hiding the gaps in your vision, it's actually manipulating how long moments feel. Interestingly, chronostasis also works with sound. If you suddenly tune into a sound like a ticking clock in a quiet room, that first tick seems louder and longer too. Your brain does this because it evolved to prioritize new information. When your eyes land on something new, your brain gives it extra processing time to assess whether it's a threat. So next time you glance at a clock and time seems to stop, remember, time didn't freeze. Your brain just rewound the tape, stretched a single frame, and pasted it over a moment of blindness. You're not glitching. Your brain is just too clever for its own good.